On October 13, 2025, the world witnessed a moment that few thought possible. In the golden city of Sharm El-Sheikh, Egypt, former U.S. President Donald Trump stood before world leaders to announce a historic ceasefire in Gaza. The air was filled with tension and hope as representatives from Israel, Palestine, Egypt, Qatar, and the United Nations gathered to sign what became known as the Sharm El-Sheikh Peace Declaration. For years, the Gaza Strip had been trapped in a cycle of destruction and despair, with countless lives lost and entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble. But that morning, under the warm Egyptian sun, the first real steps toward peace began to unfold. Trump's speech echoed across the hall and beyond the borders of Egypt. After years of suffering and endless conflict, he said, "Today, we choose a different future. The war in Gaza is over. A new and beautiful day is rising." His words carried both power and promise. For the first time in decades, leaders from both sides agreed to a complete ceasefire, immediate and unconditional. The deal included humanitarian aid for Gaza, rebuilding efforts funded by international partners, and a mutual commitment to release prisoners and prevent future violence. Around the world, the announcement was met with emotional reactions. In Gaza, people cautiously emerged from shelters, their faces a mix of disbelief and hope. In Israel, families of hostages cried tears of relief. Global leaders hailed the move as a miracle of diplomacy and determination. Trump's image, standing alongside Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Middle Eastern diplomats, spread across the internet, a symbol of peace after years of war. Within days, the effects of the agreement began to show. Aid convoys rolled into Gaza carrying food, medicine, and construction materials. Egyptian engineers and international organizations worked hand in hand to rebuild hospitals, schools, and power stations. For the first time in years, the sounds of bombs were replaced by the sound of rebuilding. Children painted murals of peace, doves, and unity across the walls that once bore the scars of war. The world remembered October 13, 2025, not as the end of a battle, but as the rebirth of hope. From the deserts of Egypt to the shores of Gaza, one message echoed everywhere: peace is not a dream, it is a choice. As Donald Trump said during his closing remarks, a new and beautiful day is rising, and for millions of people in the Middle East, it